What is going on, everybody? StangDadGT here. I know it has been quite a while for some videos and any updates. As you may have seen in a few previous videos, I had a little bit of a leg injury. I actually ruptured my Achilles, had to have surgery, but we are now in a boot. We also have a little lift on my shoe to even out my legs, and I'm actually able to walk around finally. I did not let this time off totally stop me from doing some mods to the car. So there are a few updates to make, but first it's super dirty, and I just kind of want to go through, wash it, and then show a few of the changes that I made in the last, it's been about really 3 months since the injury. So just kind of show some things that have changed in the last 3 months and what's coming up in the next couple months before the end of fall. I also wanted to mention I'm testing out just a few features of the GoPro during this video as well, so definitely leave some comments on what you think. I'm going to try the hyperlapse or hyperwarp video as well as a time lapse of the actual car wash. So I just want to experiment with that and try that out and see how it works. In case everyone's wondering, this is a GoPro 7 Hero Black, I believe. I know they just released the GoPro 8s, which look pretty freaking cool, but I'd already bought this 7, so we're just going to test out some of these features and see how the video turns out. Thanks again. So hopefully that time lapse, no, it was a hyper warp, whatever it's called, looked pretty cool. Probably took about, I don't know, almost 5 minutes worth of video for 30 seconds to a minute worth. So now we're going to just go ahead and set up a tripod and try the time lapse video. Had to change out my boot. To my workout boot. It has a little bit extra support in it. Plus, if it gets wet and stuff, I don't really care. This is the one I go to the gym in and everything. So let's get it set up and see how the rest of it turns out. Alright, so hopefully that turned out pretty cool. I was a little lazy with car wash. You saw I only used one bucket. I just didn't want to take literally everything I have out. It was pretty exhausting. So let's go around the car. Definitely looks really good. Been a while since I got to clean it myself. So let's go through and see a couple changes here. I'm going to start with the rear. So if you've watched before, and I'll put a card up as well, when I got my car tinted, I also had the taillights tinted with a dry vinyl. I happened to see a local buddy in one of our Mustang groups at a car show, and he had his taillights painted by a guy, and it ended up being really cheap. It was only $100 to get them redone, and I really liked them. So the big difference is, so yes, they're painted, and part of the reason I got rid of the tint was I was catching it on the corners here, and it was starting to peel off, but the paint perfectly matches the black deck lid. Just all blends really well. So I really like the gloss black look of the taillights rather than kind of like that matte finish. So it does look really good. And you can see it plenty. Again, I have the dial dynamic sequencers on them. So that is one thing that I had done. Taking those off with, actually the first time when I had them painted, I was still in a cast. So taking those off was fun, I guess you could say. The next thing, which I recently had done, and I don't know if you can tell in the video here how well it will come out, is I actually have my windshield tinted. So again, all this here, the sides, the back, this is all an 18% ceramic, and I had the windshield tinted 50% ceramic. So actually, I think I was really concerned it would be too light or if it would be too dark. Everything could turn out pretty perfectly. You can still see great at night, but during the day it just helps block out some of that heat. So now we're going to go in the car. We can show you, so 18%, 50%. So it's not super noticeable, but noticeable enough to make a difference. So a couple other things we did is, I really liked the grabber blue stitching and everything they've done, but I just wish there was a little bit more blue around. So first I bought the little knob covers from, I don't remember if it was eBay or Amazon, one of the two. It actually was a 3-pack that also came with the one for the light. And then I also bought the blue outline here. So again, I'm going, and you guys may not like this, that's fine. I just wanted some more subtle blue touches around. So then I also bought, and most of you have probably seen these things, the little rubber, they just set over everything. But it's just some rubber sets with a little bit of extra blue on it. There's some for in here and in here, which you don't really see, but the main ones are down here and in the cup holders. So kind of, just looking from back here, you can see some little blue touches here. The already grabber blue stitching here, some down there, the knobs and up there. So I felt like I just added a little bit more blue, which I was really happy with. And I'm going to do my best to show this next one here. So I don't think anyone has done this before, and I've mentioned it before, is I needed some light in the back for my kids. My 6-year-old, who now 6-year-old, sits here. My 9-year-old sits behind me. And there's just no lighting back there. With everything being tinted fairly dark and now a tinted windshield, at night there just needs to be some sort of light. I ramble on. So what I did is I bought a Dial Dynamics, like a 24-inch SMD, 5050 SMD LED strip in white, something like that. And then I just, I soldered, the wires were too short, so I soldered to extend it, and basically ran from here all the way in the headliner without having to take the headliner off. So these right here. So right above here is actually the third brake light, so you don't really see the strip. You can kind of see, I'll show you, you can see it when it's lit up. I kind of have it tucked in the headliner. But again, it just runs all the way through here. I just kind of had to shove things in with my hand. all the way in here. And so I do have, you know, the safety package here that has like the sight and everything. So there's actually, I don't know how well you can see, there's a hole right here that goes into the headliner. So when I pull this down, I fed the wire, and you can kind of see a wire right there. Hide it a little bit better. Fed it right through there into here, and just tapped into the driver's side map light. So here's my favorite part about that. Right, so when you lock and unlock the car, or unlock the car, right, all the lights go on. You can see them all right now. We'll give them a second to fade off. Not sure how long that's going to take. It's been a minute since I detailed the inside of the car. I'm not ready to do that yet. Okay, so they're fading off, right? So check this out. It's hooked up into this light, okay? So if I push the button, right, passenger side's not on, driver's side is on. And it turns this on. Now I'm going to turn the driver's side map light off, and that goes off. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. And let's take a look at what I meant by seeing it outside the car. And I'm in, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. You can kind of see it goes along right here, and I might have to go into the garage to do that. Alright, so we got the car in the garage. So I want to show you, obviously this won't be in order of time, but I wanted to show you. So we're light wrong here is where you would see the light. So I'm going to unlock the car, and you can kind of see how that backlight illuminates. So right along there. When it's off, can't see it all. So not too bad. So let's get a video. Okay, so here's with the car locked. I don't know if this will even show up. So unlocked. Probably too light outside. Let's go ahead and open the door. Just to show how much light this thing gives. So I know there's a lot of light coming in from the back. Actually, you know what? Easy solution for this. Close the garage. Yes, we're Cardinals fans. Go Cardinals. Playoff start actually today. Making this video October 3rd, 4th? 3rd. So here you can get another good view of what it looks like illuminated. And you can see there's a lot of good light coming in there. In the back. Nice and bright. So kids can see great. And again, I can control it with the button right there. Anyway, I just wanted to show a clearer picture of that. I think that takes care of what I did on my leave while injured. The only other thing I did, and I had to take them off, was I did install some hood struts on here. And there were some MMD hood struts, and the way they worked, there were no cutting or anything. You had to reuse like the fender screw that's right under here on both sides to put a bracket. And when you add that bracket, the fender screw is just not quite long enough. So I ended up ordering screws, bolts, whatever. I ended up ordering a couple bolts that go into the coolant holder because they fit in there and they're longer. It's just put in here. So I just need to basically put the brackets in there, put the new bolts in, and I should be good to go. I attempted to do that on my knee scooter with a cast. It was a disaster. There was a car show the next day, so I really wanted to have the hood struts. But, oh well, it'll work out in the end. And not in this video. I will have another video coming up. I want to give a shout out to a new sponsor, White Line. Thank you for giving me the chance to test out some of your products. I have some vertical links I'm going to install. So you'll probably see my buddy Darren again. Again, his name was Blue Bandit on Instagram, at Blue Bandit. Or sorry, I think it's at Blue Bandit S550. So we'll see him again. And I also have some collaborations coming up. A really good friend of mine He actually just moved to Chicago, but he's coming in town next weekend. He has a black 19, but he has a Whipple. He's in the process of making it a stage 3 right now with a few upgrades. And he also got the Corsa Extreme. He has active exhaust. So we're going to install that, and we are going to do a comparison of our exhaust. So I'll put a card up again if I haven't reached my limit. If you don't remember, I have the Borla ATAC. I have active as well. You can see the valve in there. So I think it'll be really cool to compare. I believe he also got the black tips, but right now all he has is the stock axle back, and he actually has a Roush X pipe. And I'm gonna get some before videos of that Roush X pipe, because honestly, with just that Roush X pipe, that car sounds legit really good. I mean, almost could sound like he has an aftermarket exhaust. So I think that concludes today's video. Again, I really hope you liked the experiment I did with some of the different video types, modes that you can do on the GoPro. It feels good to kind of get back out and wash my car again by hand. I've been using a touchless place locally that does actually a really good job. Place is called Country Club Car Wash. They actually dry off of microfiber. There's a place local to me called Waterway. They freaking dry these cars with terry cloth towels. I mean, my parents use them, and they dry it fine, but I mean, talk about swirls galore. So yeah, I still have a few things coming up I'd like to do. I do have the tri-bar diode dynamics replacements here. They just have not been installed yet. I also ordered them with the sequential LED, so they'll blink orange in sequence along with the taillights. I think I forgot to order the demon eyes. I'll probably go ahead and order those, which I think will be pretty cool. The idea is black out this amber here, and if I'm able to, all the chrome on the side right there and the chrome here, I want to actually color match to Velocity Blue. Brake calipers, wherever they are, right there. I'd like to also put those in Velocity Blue. So just no idea when that'll be. Probably not anytime soon. Maybe after the winter. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. I know it's been a while. Leave some comments. Hit me up on Instagram. It's at StangDadGT. And I hope you all have a good one. Peace out.